Well, g'day, it's Peter Jennings from Professional Boat Care. Got an exciting trip this one. We've got a few boats involved. I'm skippering Tsukiji, the little Caribbean, my client's little game boat. She's making her way to Cairns. So this is sort of the first leg. We're going to go out and have a couple of days out at Lady Musgrave, is the plan, or the bunker group. And then we're going to, if the weather holds, which is starting to look like it might, we're actually going to go out to the Swains and join up with these bigger boats out there. The Allure, she can pump diesel across to us, so yeah, a bit of mothershipping. Yeah, so it was just one of those rare opportunities to get fuel while we're out there, so we thought, let's do it. So this is Manly Harbour, where Tsukiji lives in Brisbane. We're about to jump on board and get going for the first day of this trip. So yeah, weather's not great. In fact, there's two big boats have delayed their departure by 24 hours. We've got about 20 knots of southerly this morning, but you know, it's nothing we haven't done on Tsukiji before. And it's about, 100 miles up to the bar, so sort of 5-6 hours we should be up there, and once we're in behind Fraser it'll be okay. And that way we're taking advantage of a nice forecast tomorrow so we can fish our way up to Lady Musgrave. I'll do some engine checks now and get the boat all prepared and ready to roll.
Morning. Hello, Hamish. Good to have the grab bag up where you can grab it.
Yeah, so with Jim's eldest son Ollie on board there, and we've got Nido, who you guys, if you've watched these videos, will know as well. We made our way down to the fuel dock at Royal Queensland Yacht Squadron.
Yeah, ready for the journey, eh? Righto, fellas. What's the talk?
Yeah, so that's Pete. He owns the Allure. He's come down just to say g'day while we're fueling. We all good?
All good.
Righto, well, we're fueled up and we're underway. So that's the Allure there, someone waving from the back deck. Pete's boat, and that's Andrew's boat, the Bally High. Here's a bit of an overview of our passage for today. So we're leaving Manly Harbour, come out around the islands and up through Moreton Bay, and we're going to go up the main shipping channel past Bribie, and then I'll probably hug the Sunshine Coast just with a bit of south-southwest in it. We come in here over the Wide Bay Bar, up the inside of Fraser, which is the Great Sandy Straits, over that bit there, the Sheridan Flats. Come into Yarangan Harbour here, probably be about dusk then, and then we're going to fuel up and then anchor over here at Moon Point for the night. Then you can see the next day we run all the way up to Lady Musgrave there. Yeah, and then Bally High and Allure will go straight through in one hit up the outside of Fraser Island. It's about a 230 mile run, so about 26 hours probably, so we'll all arrive about the same time. That's the plan. Yeah, so running up along Bribie Island with the Glasshouse Mountains in the background. This is the main shipping channel out of Moreton Bay. Comes in quite close here to Caloundra. We'll just hug the shore, as I said, point to point basically. That's Point Cartwright up ahead. Just tucked in around the corner there is the entrance to the Malula River. That's Old Woman Island, or Majimba. Mount Coolum. Nice coming in this close sometimes, you get a good view of everything. But You just have to be a little bit more vigilant about keeping a lookout for, you know, kayakers or that kiteboarder. I've even seen spearos coming out this far. Just looking in at Sunshine Beach. And we came in around Noosa National Park, so that's Granite Bay there. And that's Tea Tree Bay, one of my favourite places to surf. This is coming around National Park, and we decided we'd come right in and have lunch, just anchored off Main Beach at Noosa, given the conditions. It's hard to believe this bay has world-class surfing when there's a big east swell running. I've actually surfed in the Noosa Longboard Festival a few times, and had some incredible waves coming through there. Anyway, after a quick swim and bite to eat, we continued on our merry way. As you can see, we were lucky. The conditions aren't that bad. There's probably only 15 knots of south there. Rounding the impressive Double Island Point. Off the front of headlands, you often get a bit more of a confused sea with all the waves rebounding. Over there in the distance is Wolf Rock. Always be careful of Wolf Rock. Hard to see on the chart. Anyway, the bar was lovely. We knew it would be, as you could see from how calm it was at Noosa. If you've got a big wave at Noosa, you'll have a big wave on the bar here. Now we're in the Great Sandy Straits. That's Gary's anchorage. And this is the Sheridan Flats, which is that shallow bit about halfway up. Definitely need some tide to get across there. Anyway, we made our way up into Urangan, fueled up, and then it was night time by the time we got across to Moon Point. Such a beautiful part of the world, Fraser Island. And deceiving. There's actually 20 to 25 blowing on the other side of the island right now. Anyway, because we were planning to do a bit of blue marlin fishing, I had to put the tag lines back on the outriggers, and everything was a little unorganised. Had to test all the drags. I had to rig some new lures. We've got these lovely Zaps tackle lures. Nice single hook rigs. Yeah, look them up. They're great lures. And that's Rob, who manages the Great Sandy Straits Marina, stopped by to say g'day.
Well, good morning. We've just left Moon Point on Fraser Island, and we're heading north. We're going to get into Lady Musgrave Lagoon by dusk this afternoon. But in the meantime, we're going to try and cut through Breaksea Spit and then troll some marlin lures up the outside there. You know, it's good territory for blues and stripies and anything you can climb on. We'd really welcome a wahoo or something as well for the table, so, or a yellowfin. It's great water, well worth going out there and dealing with some probably not so pleasant conditions. We just heard from the boys on the Allure. That's the boat that's going to act as our mothership for this week. And they've had a pretty rough night. They said they had a squall there a few hours ago with 35 knots in it. So they said it's come back to about 20 now. And look, we're trolling down sea, so we'll make the best of it.
Yeah, so here's a bit of an overview. So we're crossing Platypus Bay, up past Rooney's there. That's blue shaded is Breaksea Spit. And then we're going to go right up here to Lady Musgrave is the plan. this time of year, plenty of whales around.
We're going to have a look at the 4 mile crossing. It's a bit sketchy, so I'm not going to take any risk.
Yeah, so you can see my hard turn to starboard there. I'd heard back from Paul, who's the new president of the Hervey Bay Game Fishing Club. He sent me through some new marks for the 4 mile. So when I say sketchy, only in that I haven't done it for about 6 years, and that, you know, we weren't sure how much sea state there was going to be, given the boys said it's blowing so hard offshore. But as you can see, not too bad. It's a proper little channel there, that's for sure. But it does get down to only a couple of metres under us. Anyway, good shortcut, and it gave us the opportunity to fish the breaksy shoals there.
Dropped him? You still on, Nito? You reckon you can come up the middle? Bloody Mac tuna, eh? Good marlin bait, oh yeah.
Yeah, because we were going to do a fair bit of bottom fishing or reef fishing over the next few days, we decided to keep a couple of Mac tuna for bait.
Oh! Yellowfin! Don't lose it! Don't lose it! Don't lose it! Ah! We're in 200 metres now.
Yeah, I won't even try and explain what went on with that yellowfin. Anyway, we eventually got out, as you hear, over 200 metres, and I ran some of the Zaps lures, but we didn't stick at it very long, unfortunately. We were running short on time. Had to get them in and get up to Musgrave before it got too dark. Yeah, I mean, it's one thing to know where all the bommies are and be comfortable with that, but in the dark, it's very disorientating, and they're very unforgiving. Yeah, so in the distance there, that's Lady Elliot Island. That's the most southern tip officially of the Great Barrier Reef. Beautiful there, but not a good anchorage. And here's Lady Musgrave coming into view.
Lady Musgrave. Bit late.
Yeah, it's a bit late, but we can just make out the bommies still. And here's the Allure.
Rubbing it in. Yellowfin, hey? Well done. Yellowfin?
There's the Bally High lit up.
Pretty as a picture.
In the comfort of a mothership. We were looking forward to a lovely meal with all our friends tonight.
Right. Yay, Lady Musgrave.
It's such a great anchorage, the lagoon of Lady Musgrave. There's virtually no roll, no current, you hang into the wind. So great to raft up, and that's why we took advantage of fueling up while we could here, because we knew tonight up at Sykes Reef it's probably going to be a rolly anchorage and we won't be able to raft up.
Yes, I'm looking after my back. Oh, they're all a bit old now. That'll do, Ollie.
Yes, I was pretty impressed with this manual pump. You know, a lot more fail-safe, less things to go wrong.
Flowing.
Yeah, and an excellent flow rate, as you can see. That's better than some of the Bowsers. Doesn't hurt having Ollie on the handle either, though.
Good stuff, mate.
Yeah, I've done a lot of fueling of game boats back in the day on our family boat. We had a game boat alongside our Mothership and obviously fueled up a lot of game boats as well up on the Ribbon Reefs. I don't think I'd want to do them manually, but for what we're doing, it works. Yeah, so after breakfast and a swim, it was time to get going. But first, we had to go over and say goodbye to Andrew on the Bally High.
Sykes tonight and then run out to Swains tomorrow.
Have a great trip, mate.
Thanks, you too.
Yeah, so unfortunately for him, he had a couple of last minute changes to commitments he had and couldn't continue north with us.
That's it.
It's a beauty, Nido. Oh, little shark chased it up.
Oh, really? Got there? Check it out.
Oh, no. Oh. So yeah, as you've been seeing, we're just picking away at some reef fish. We're basically making our way from Musgrave up to Sykes Reef, so it's about 35 nautical miles, and that makes it a shorter jump across to the Swains. So I think there's about another 70 or 80 miles from up here out to the Swains, and the plan is that we're going to go out tomorrow. So Allure will go at her sort of 10 knots, and we'll probably troll a lot of the way there. There's some great island water.
So that's Heron Island, so we're just about at Sykes Reef. Time for a bit more fishing before the Allure showed up. They were fishing a bit wider and deeper water. Oh, the biggest iodine.
Oh, red throat.
Fun for the day.
Yes, so as expected, she's a rolly anchorage in these sort of conditions. This drone shot shows you the swell coming sideways to the boat. So you got the wind swell, which you hang into, but of course that swell wrapping around the ends of the reef is what causes you to roll and makes it, you know, not possible to have skidgy alongside the Allure. It's pretty well the case with most of the reefs through this area. That's why Fitzroy and Musgrave are so good, because they're like a lagoon where you're surrounded by coral. The boys were referring to the tender as the Uber boat. They collected us, and we combined all our catches and had a beautiful fish meal. I think in total there was 11 of us. Harrow and Bakes did a great job.
Good night.
Yeah, it was so much fun having dinner on board the Mothership every night. We're all long-term friends, so yeah, it was a good time.
Thanks, man.
What time we go?
4 a.m. you're leaving. And with 20 knots at our disposal, we were going to be a little bit more gentlemanly and leave about 6:30.
Underway. We're on our way out to the Swains. So for those who don't know, that's about 150 miles, nautical miles off the coast, so about 300 kilometres off the mainland of Australia. So it's a long way. You're really on your own out here. So good we've got our Mothership. They're a couple of hours ahead of us, and they're going to get into Sykes Reef, and I'm going to do a bit of marlin fishing and see if we can find a yellowfin or wahoo or something. We'll only get a full day out here, so we have tonight, tomorrow, and then the next night, and then on Friday we've got to make a run for it because at this stage there's a big southerly coming through, 25 knots southeaster, and we want to certainly be back in to Mackay by then. But that'll be a day earlier than we had hoped, so we've got to beat that system. Anyway, we'll enjoy this part of the adventure for now.
Yeah, it was a little surprising actually. I just couldn't find clear water. So the marlin fishing was sort of put on hold, but eventually I found a current line and we had a nice edge to it. So we ran the lures for only probably half an hour. And I said, this is just eating into our bottom fishing time, so let's get them in.
Double hooker.
Looks like a rosy dogfish, yeah. Yeah, good shot. That's a good shot. Action shot.
Alright, we're just running into Whitsunday now. The boys on Allure just made contact with me and said it's beautiful and flat calm in the anchorage, so that is good news. If we don't get the fuel up today, we'll do it on tomorrow's low tide. The forecast is pretty much the same tomorrow.
Yeah, so this is Hickson's Cay. You see the little sand cay there. If you go back through some of my old videos, there's a trip on the Nordhaven where we went to the Swains and we had lunch on that sand cay.
Yay! There you go.
Oh, it's a perfect eating side, you know, table.
It's a beauty.
Yeah, so lovely and calm at low tide behind the reef. We decided let's not raft up because, you know, at 10 o'clock at night on the high tide, it can get a bit sketchy trying to get the boats off and you don't want to move around in the dark.
Beautiful, eh?
Oh, he's huge! Mate, look how many
I mean, obviously that's exciting and fun, and I should say there's definitely no hook involved. All we're doing is letting that groper earn his feed. He's there because there's been boats here over the years cleaning their catch, and they learn to come and get a feed. So it's most important you don't do that. You should keep all the scraps in a bucket and dispose of them the next day well away from the anchorage. Just makes it safer for anyone swimming because sharks learn as well, and it's a real problem. So a beautiful barbecue on the top deck of the Allure. Harrow cooked up the most incredible steaks. And then Greggy dropped us home again. Yeah, so this was our 5th day at sea on the Tsukiji, which is as long as we ever spend on her without having to go to port to top up our water and fuel normally. So we went over to the Allure just to get enough to get us through the next couple of days, get us back to Mackay.
Yeah, we got it. Yeah, excellent. Is this boat just going here?
No, bring it back. Righto, well, we've got some water and we're going to do the fuel up later this afternoon up at Horseshoe Reef is the plan. So just leaving Hickson now. Got Greggy on board over there. Who you'll know from other videos. And we're just going to bottom fish our way and do a bit of trolling and meet up with the guys for this evening, our last night. Okay.
As you can see, there was a bit of breeze around, so bottom fishing conditions on the outside of the reef weren't ideal, so we just fished around the back of all the reefs on the way up and the openings. A lot more sheltered.
Here he comes. Bloody scaly. Don't gaff him. We'll let him go. It's Bongtala. Yeah, look at me. That's good, that angle.
Yeah, we've all been there hanging on to a shaking tuna. Great sashimi, those longtail.
Double header. Longtail. Nice. Still there? Oh yeah. Scaly. Yeah, so that's been a good day, just picking away at the bottom fish. So now we're just on our way over to meet Allure at Horseshoe Reef here. We're going to put on some fuel while the tide's still down a bit. It's quite calm enough behind the lagoon, so we should be right to raft up. And look, we've been lucky. The forecast was meant to be up to 20 knots this afternoon, but there's not even 15, so that's a good thing because we've got a massive day tomorrow. We've got a 220-mile run, which is about as far as we ever go in this boat. All the way through from here to Mackay. Forecast is 15 to 20, so we'll see if they change that overnight. But when we came out here, everything was 10 to 15, and of course, once you get here, it all starts going 15 to 20. Anyway, we're having a good day today, and we're in tomorrow. You get all the trout?
Nah, mate. I got a few. Where you were, but
right on the knocker.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 700.
Take a train ride just to see you. Ride for hours just to please you. You don't know how much
Yeah, it's good.
I need.
It works for sure. Yeah, yeah.
'Cause you're my home away from home, away from home, away from being alone.
Well, good morning. This is the big run into Mackay from Horseshoe Reef, so it's about 220 nautical miles, which is about the maximum this range this boat has. So, yeah, we're going to drive a very straight line, and hopefully this 15 to 20 knots isn't going to be an issue for us. Yeah, you can imagine running this boat to Cairns for the last 11 years. We've got a good handle on her fuel burn. That's what gives us the confidence to do this run. So that structure there is the Gannet K weather station, I'm assuming. It's on the chart. Interesting. I often look at that weather reading, but I've never been in close enough to see it. Yeah, so big run, 220 nautical miles all the way to Mackay, which is just south of the Whitsundays, you can see. Zooming into the actual harbour here. The conditions were quite good as we weaved our way through the maze of reefs. That is the Swains. It's the only other boat we've seen for the last few days. You can see the sea state gradually building now as we've left all that reef behind us. Seems to be a bit of southerly current pushing into the wind, making them stand up a bit. Certainly glad we're not heading south. Nice to have this on our stern quarter. Yeah, and it goes to show you really got to keep a lookout for humpback whales this time of year, even right out here. Wondering what those pink circles are, that's the designated anchorages for all the coal ships that have to wait there for their turn to collect coal from Hay Point. But as you can see, as we're getting closer now towards the mainland, conditions aren't bad. Yes, keeping a close eye on the fuel gauge. Obviously it's a bit inaccurate when you're up and running, and that red shaded area, if we're touching that when we're up and running, we're basically empty. So it was down to the wire, but we knew we'd be fine as the Mackay Harbour came into view.
that's been nearly 12 hours at the helm, and we'll head straight to the fuel dock now.
On the northern arm of the fuel dock. Right.
Yeah, so as it turned out, we had about 200 litres left. So basically another couple of hours running if we had needed it. That's what we built into it as a backup. Yeah, it was a nice feeling. Secure in the berth. Yeah, so as we settled in, we could hear a bit of live music coming from the tavern in the marina. So we thought we'd have an early dinner on board, Jim's specialty, which is the coral trout risotto. Then we go up and see what the locals get up to on a Friday night in Mackay. Yeah, so much fun. They were having a ball, pulling out all the classics. Yeah, so we said goodbye to Nito. He was flying home to Brisbane from here.
We're on our way from Mackay up to Hamilton Island. We got 20 to 25. It's recording 25 at Hamilton Island, southeast, so at least it's behind us, but it's going to be a wild ride.
Probably not as wild as leaving the Swains early yesterday, but it's only 50 nautical miles, as you can see here, so, and it's on our stern. It's only probably 3 hours in these conditions, and we'll be back into calmer water. Finally, a bit of protection as we enter all the Whitsunday Islands. That's Dent Island there. On the starboard side is Hamilton Island. And what a great week it's been, taking this boat all the way to the Swains, dodging 2 weather systems at each end. And thanks to the Allure crew for all the hospitality. We had an absolute ball. Yeah, so the plan is now I fly home and Jim will continue on taking the boat up to Cairns, and I'll be back in 3 weeks where we'll do some marlin fishing.
My name's Ben, so I'm here to show you to your berth.
Yep.
So we're heading over to the northern side of the marina.
Okay.
So Delta Echo 17 is where we're going to be headed to. So
The E17.
when you're ready, when you want to drop lines, you can follow me over, and I'll be on the dock and I'll
Okay.
catch lines for you.
Right.
as well.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for watching. We're on our way to the airport right now. Yeah, so if you enjoyed that, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel. And as I mentioned, there'll be 3 weeks marlin fishing will be the next video, so hit the notifications bell so you don't miss that one. Thanks again. Catch you then. Cheers.